Welcome back, everyone, as we continue this playthrough as the German Empire on Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We're diving right into a battle where I am heavily outnumbered. It's one German battle cruiser, one light cruiser, two destroyers against two American battleships, an American battle cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and six light cruisers. This is going to be tough. The Königsberg is going to have to really land some big hits with these 14-inch guns and keep our speed going so we don't get hit, and maybe land some torpedo hits with our smaller ships. Let's see how this goes. We are already sighting the enemy here. I'm going to drop my escorts into one group together so it makes things a little bit easier to navigate them, and we're going to keep them in front as a screen as best we can. Alright, we've finally gotten into range where the Königsberg can start firing. He's only landed one hit so far, and it was a ricochet, so it hasn't been a big deal. Oh, I spoke way too soon. Holy cow, that was bad. 1/3 of my structural ability is gone. I mean, I took 36% structural damage on that one hit. Oh my gosh, that was absolutely brutal. We're also taking some significant floating damage. The whole front of the ship is taking on water right now. Oh, and we're down to 25 knots from 33. Oh, half the ship is... Oh, my goodness. Start pumping out that water, boys. Jeez. What an absolute disaster. All right, we're going to have to bring our screens back around because Königsberg's down to 23 knots. I can't keep up. One lousy hit did that. If we take another one, that might be it. I mean, one more salvo like that, we're done. So for the time being, he seems like he's firing on my screens, which is a good thing. I'm up to 20% accuracy as I'm firing on his battleship, so I should be able to land some hits. Looks like we can fire smoke again. A little too late, though, as he landed a big hit on the Strasbourg. And now I've lost sight of everything but the battleships. I do have a spread of torpedoes in the water. We're landing hits, but they're not doing much in the way of damage. Yeah, there we go. We got 5 torpedo hits. 11. Holy cow. 11 torpedoes just hit the Arizona. Oh, my goodness. I think the Delaware is going to largely escape any torpedo hits, but the Arizona took 11 torpedo hits. And yet seems to be surviving, whereas I couldn't take one hit. From the Königsberg. Alright, so we're going to try to light up the Arizona here. Oh, they've got 16-inch guns. No wonder they lit me up. I'm a battle cruiser with thin armor. And now that I'm going slow, I've lost speed as armor. But I think we're going to take out the Arizona and their 16-inch guns. Wow, I was not expecting him to have guns like that. Alright, Arizona's gone. There we go. Let's go after the Delaware. We've got some more torpedoes. Oh, geez, we just hit our own ship with a torpedo. The V-50 took a hit from the Königsberg. Could this get any worse? I'm going to try to take out the Delaware and then get the heck out of Dodge. Oh, lovely. We just hit the Arizona some more with torpedoes. Delaware has taken 2 torpedo hits and a bunch of shots from various guns. Yeah, Königsberg's in bad shape. It's going to require extensive repairs. We need to get those big 120,000 ton battleships going, but they're still, the first one's still 2 years away. I think the Delaware's going to get away now. Oh, Strasbourg just got lit up. So I'm gonna go on a little kamikaze run here with the V63. See if she can survive her run-in with the Detroit here. We're about to be able to get a couple torpedoes in the water. They might hit the Detroit instead of hitting the Delaware. Yep, we're gonna nail the Detroit. That's alright, that works. Alright, let's get out of here. Come on, we gotta finish off the Delaware before we escape out of here. Oh, my destroyer just got lit up by torpedoes too. Detroit's in bad shape. We might get a hit or two on one of these other ships. He's got a battle cruiser too. Yeah, we might have to call it a day and just get out of here. This does not favor me at all. Alright, that was a complete disaster. Though, in the end, if you think about it this way, we inflicted 3,000 losses on him. Only lost 1,100 in crew. Victory points favored us, but took some heavy damage on our battle cruiser. Lost a destroyer and a light cruiser. We did sink the Arizona. We did cause a lot of damage to Delaware. So in the end, it does show as a victory, but it just doesn't feel like one. So here's some good news. We did sign a peace treaty with the United States, which we actually won the war, but not necessarily going to get a lot out of it. I really don't want Western Samoa. I'd rather take the Indiana, a battleship, and $5 million. War does appear to be continuing with the Italians, however. It looks like I'm going to have to fight this battle. I'm just going to go ahead and auto-resolve that one. I'm trying desperately to end the wars because the problem I'm facing right now is that there's so many fights going on at one time that so much of my fleet, even if it takes a little bit of damage, that just gobbles up all of my shipyard space so where I can't get my ships updated or the new ones built. And so I'm falling behind in terms of technology because I've got great technology, but my ships don't reflect that. So while I'd really like to take Bohemia and Moravia from the Austro-Hungarians, I would really like to just get this war over with the Italians. That's the one peace treaty I didn't want to sign, is the one with the Austro-Hungarians. I have nothing that I can take from them. This is frustrating. I guess we'll take a couple of their battleships just because I can't even really do that. Alright, let's just take this heavy cruiser right here, I guess. And that'll have to do it. Yes, I would like to try and sign a peace treaty with the Italians. Of course, now the question becomes, can we keep the war going long enough to complete our invasion of Western Sicily I just launched? We have a 47% chance to succeed, but we have more tonnage of ships on the way. Though it does look like he's going to try to fight me there, so we'll see what happens. But I'm sending every available ship that I can get over to that region. I'm going to send to Breslau as well. And hopefully that's going to be enough. We're still using 600,000 tons of shipbuilding capacity because of all the repairs that need to be done, which is really slowing down everything else we're able to do. Looking to see what other projects we're going to be completing here. Large battleship hulls. We already have large battleship hulls, but I'll take bigger ones, I guess. Marine diesel engine 1. Interesting. Okay, we've got peace with the Italian Empire. What are we going to be able to take from them? We've got $8 billion in reparations that we can take. Of course, we can't take anything really on their main, like their homeland. We can only take other things. So Madagascar sounds good. Uruguay, Morocco, and then we'll take some battleships. I don't know how good some of these heavy cruisers are, or his battle cruiser for that matter, but we'll go ahead and take some of those as well. We're basically going to gut the Italian Navy because we've got so much available funds here for this. And then we'll just scrap or sell whatever we don't think we can use. All right, here we go. We're also going to get 1.2 billion in funds, 3 new territories out of that. So with that in mind, we are finally, oh, we took Ethiopia too. We are finally no longer at war, which is going to give us a chance to breathe and refit our fleet, because it's just a mess right now in terms of all the repairs we were doing from years of warfare. So you can see now we just absolutely have dominated Africa. We have almost all of Africa now. We've got all of France. We've got Western Poland. We've got an island up here. What do we got? The Shetland Islands belong to us. We have Corsica. We have the Azores. We have all kinds of Central American holdings. Nicaragua and Costa Rica. We've got Dominican Republic and Haiti are ours. I feel like we've done really, really well for ourselves. And a bunch of Pacific holdings as well. We really need to cut the United States down to size next. Okay, so the first things we're going to do is we're going to start refitting some of our older ships. This is a 1921 design, the York class heavy cruiser. We've got a bunch of them. And rather than scrap them, I think that the easier thing to do would be to just upgrade them a little bit and make them a little more efficient moving forward. We can give them Krupp 5 armor. It's going to protect them a little more. We could go all the way up to 22-inch torpedoes. We've got new rangefinders that are available. Coincidence 5 we can go to. We can go to Sonar 3 on our acoustics. We can go to Tube Powder 2, TNT 4. We're just basically upgrading what we already have. We'll go to Cap Ballistic Shells. And I think for the most part we'll keep everything else about the same. We can go up to Diesel Engines. Go to Oil 2. Hydroelectric Steering. And then we can probably add some speed, maybe even upgrade these guns. What do we got on the guns right now? We've got Mark IV 10-inch guns. We might not be able to go too much bigger than that. We could go to 11s, Mark IVs. I don't know how much weight that would add. These are 789 each. These are, yeah, that would definitely add some. I'm honestly probably inclined to just keep them at the 10s. Maybe add some secondaries on here. These torpedo tubes are basically worthless anyway. If we add like a 4-barrel, yeah, that we can get a little bit of firepower out of that. Our engine efficiency is good. We could probably go up on speed a little bit. And then we could add some armor to this thing. I think that's a pretty good upgrade. It's a 4-month refit time, though. I'm not crazy about that. But since everything's lighter, we can add more to it. So we can get more protection for sure. A couple other things I did. We added bulkheads to maximum. We added more crew. Upgraded the shaft a little bit. So it's all in all going to be a better ship. It's definitely going to cost us on the refit, but I think it's going to be worth it and get some more life out of those heavy cruisers without having to spend a year building new ones. So here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these that are available for refit. It's going to cost $25 million. Cost is no object. I've got just basically unlimited funds at this point. It's just a matter of the space it's going to take up, but it's really, even that's not very much. In 4 months we're going to get basically brand new ships, which is fantastic. Now we're taking a look at our Lubeck light cruiser, which again is a rather old technology at this point, but we're going to try to give it a fresh look, and we're going to do much of the same sort of things that we did with our heavy cruisers. Kind of upgrade the same stuff where we're able to. Let's go up to 22-inch torpedoes. We'll go to sonar 3. I don't think we're going to worry about mine laying with this one. We'll go to depth charges 4, though. And again, I'm not too worried about what the gun can do, so I'll just keep the cheapest rangefinder we've got there. This is really about torpedoes. That's what these particular ships are for. So there's not a lot I need to do to upgrade. I'm going to go to balanced diesel engines, oil 2. That's going to drop a lot of weight off, actually. Make it a little better. Let's raise the bulkheads up for some more protection there. We can go to a triple hull bottom. And I think that's really about all we need to do here. We could add a little bit of weight, too, if we want to, or a little speed. Let's go up to, no, we definitely can't go to 35. How about 34? Yeah, we can do 34 knots. That's pretty good. Now we're taking a look at our 1927 Kohlberg class. We're going to upgrade that. It's only 3 years old, but there's still some things we can do to make this a little better, including going to a diesel engine and all the upgrades that go along with that. We can go again to Krupp 5 armor. Looks like we've already got a lot of protections on this thing. There's probably not a lot else we need to do. We can't really change the displacement, even though this is actually a pretty small ship as it stands. We can go to depth charges 4 and sonar 3, but there's really just not a lot else we need to do here. I think we'll upgrade our powder. Go to electrohydro steering 2. And those are just little minor things, but they're going to make this ship just a little bit better, more powerful with the 22-inch torpedoes. What do we have? We have Mark IV 5.2-inch guns. So let's go ahead and save that design. So we've got 6 of these. We're going to go ahead and upgrade all of them. That'll be relatively cheap and won't take very long. And we're just about 4 months away now from the first Thuringen class, which goes all the way back to 1925. So this was designed 5 years ago. But it's 130,000 tons. It's just taken that long to get it built. So as soon as it's done being built, we're going to have to refit it. And then I want to get into a war so we can try it out. In 5 months, we're going to have our first radar rangefinder, which is going to be ridiculous in terms of how much it's going to help us with accuracy. I guess it's not going to be that much of an improvement over what we've got. But if you look at going from coincidence rangefinder to a radar rangefinder or stereoscopic to radar, it's a big difference, especially in gun aiming speed. That's going to give us a huge advantage on the battlefield. So as soon as we get that, that's also going to be something we're going to upgrade our battleships with. Allow me to introduce you to the Ostfriesland class battleship. Oh yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quads. That's 20 barrels of 18.1-inch goodness. Those are Mark 1s, so they're not ideal, but they're enormous, and we have 20 of them. Along with that, we're going to have 36 barrels of 7.5-inch goodness, 3 barrels of 6.7-inch. We've got 42 barrels of 4.4-inch. And we've got 8 barrels of 1.7-inch, along with a couple of underwater torpedo tubes, 26 knots of speed, and just craziness. All right, we're going to make a few changes here to this that I didn't really get right to begin with. But I think pretty much everything else is as I would like it to be. We're obviously going to have to upgrade the rangefinder when we get to the radar rangefinder, which we don't have quite yet, but we will have very, very soon. Otherwise, I think it's good to go. It's going to take a ridiculous amount of time to build one of these, 43 months, in fact. All right, so as I'm simming into 1931 here, I have come to a decision on this game. I feel like we have done everything we need to do in this campaign. I know we can go another 10, 15 years on this campaign. We can take some more territory. We can win some more wars. But I just want to take a minute and show you what the world stage looks like for just a minute. As soon as it's done simming, because this is how long it takes to sim every month at this point. We are just by far the world's dominant naval and land power at this point, financial power. The only country in the world that has a greater GDP than I do is the Americans. It looks like we just signed an alliance with France, which is interesting because France doesn't really exist at this point. They have a little bit of territory here and there, but like down here in Africa, but they don't exist in Europe. But let me take a look at this for a second. So they do have 1.3 billion for their GDP versus my 1.1 billion. But we are producing 360,000 barrels per capita of oil to their 5.5 million. So obviously that is a big advantage for them. But look at their yearly army budget. It's less than ours. Their yearly naval budget is less than ours. We have $118 billion in naval funds. They have 16 billion in naval funds. Their army is just under 1 million. Our army is 1.1 million. Army logistics 100% for both. Our naval prestige is 3,600 to their minus 65. We have 67 provinces to their 20. We have 73 ports to their 32. We have 214 ships to their 107, exactly double. They're building 63. We're only building 3, but those 3 ships are all over 120,000 ton battleships. So I could massively increase the size of my navy, and none of the other countries even come close to that. The United States is the only power left that's anywhere close. But look at I have 1.8, almost 1.9 billion is my monthly positive balance in my naval funds. So I could basically build every year a couple of those massive battleships if I wanted to, or hundreds of smaller ships if I wanted to. There's really very little left for me to do. So here's what I'm going to do at this point, just for fun as we wrap it up with making this last episode, because honestly, I think we're all a little bored with this game. The views aren't that high. I think you'd like to see me play something else, and what you'd like me to play, let me know in the comment section, because we're going to start a new series, and I don't know what it's going to be yet, but here's what I'm going to do. Let's take a look at the fleet for a second. All right, we're commissioning the first 130,000 ton ship here. It's going to be ready in 3 months, and then we're going to refit it. We've got another one coming in 16 months, and then these other 2 are like 3.5 years away still. So it's just going to be a while before we get to those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick a fight with the United States. I'm going to eliminate my entire fleet, except for the big battleships, and I just want to take one out for a spin and try it out and see how it does, and then we're going to wrap this series up. Okay, we've managed to achieve our war with the United States. It is November 1931. A lot going on here. We have a fleet of 1 battleship and 70 subs. We're building 2 more battleships and 45 subs. I figured I'd crank out some subs while we're doing this. And the main reason I wanted only just the ships that I wanted to fight with is that I didn't want them to get mixed up with all the other things. So we've got the Thuringen, which just went through the refit, so it's got the radar now. 16.9-inch guns. It's in the Mediterranean. Where exactly is it in the Mediterranean? It's right here. So we're going to take this bad boy out and see if we can't antagonize some American ships over here, maybe in the Eastern Mediterranean. It looks like we got some American ships over there. So let's go say hi, shall we? So here we go. Here's our chance to see what this thing can do. Thuringen's got radar, so I'm hoping that at a good distance we'll be able to start hitting these ships. It's a lot of ships coming at me. We don't want to let them get close, because that's when the trouble can happen, so we want to try and take them out at a distance if possible. Well, there she is, and because we have radar, we've already spotted somebody in the distance there. And it looks like we're going to get our first shots off. Here we go. Oh yeah, buddy. And at this distance, if we're dropping 17-inch shells on his deck, we could do some damage pretty quickly. And look at that. I mean, I don't know what the distance we are is right now. It's way the heck out there, though. Oh my gosh. So we're 22 kilometers away, and we're already getting 8-9% accuracy, 10% accuracy. We gotta turn just a hair so we can get all of our barrels firing. 24% now. Oh, I love radar. Alright, I want to see what we can do here next time we fire. He's firing on me too, but don't expect him to have the accuracy that we've got. We're at 33% now. Here comes our next round of 17-inch shells. Oh, he's turning into me, though. I'm going to miss. I might get a couple hits here, though. Come on, baby. Ooh, okay. Over pen. Are we better off to be using high explosives right now? I mean, we're already down to 15 kilometers. There's our 15-inch gun firing. We want to keep it at this distance as much as we possibly can, though. Yeah, see, we're over-penetrating right now. I'm going to try high explosives just for a round and see what happens. That might solve the over-pen problem. At least we can cause some damage on the surface. There we go. Yes! That was much better. Because everything was just shooting right through them with the armor piercers. So now we've got fires going everywhere on this battleship. That's lovely. Yeah, we'll just keep that up. Here come our 15-inch shells. Now our 15 is actually firing at a different target. So I guess not the worst idea in the world. Right, let's go ahead and speed up our time here. Oh, light them up. Light them up. Yes. Yeah, I think we're pretty well. He's toast. We don't want to get any closer to these guys, though. Now our smaller guns are starting to fire. I don't really want the smaller guns firing at the big targets, though. Yeah, I think we got him. Let's go ahead and get over here for a second. The Belknap has seen better days. So here's what I want to do. I want to get my... how do we do this? Let's see. Secondaries. Let's get them firing on the battlecruiser that's coming into range now. We'll finish off the Belknap here in a minute. Because now we got all these secondary shells coming in. I'd rather those were going at a different target. Oh, we got torpedoes in the water. Which we're just narrowly going to avoid. Oh, there's no way those hit me. Come on, that was ridiculous. If I was worried about it a little more, I would have slowed down too. Oh, we already sank the lead ship. Excellent. Let's go after the next one in line. Yeah, I haven't even been zigzagging or anything. I'm just basically just trying to brute force these guys as much as I can. Now we're going to go back to auto because I think what's happening right now is my secondaries are firing these high explosives and we're landing all kinds of hits, but it's not really doing much. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Okay, this time we're going to slow down while we turn. And that'll cause those torpedoes to go harmlessly past us. Ah, these guys are all hiding behind smoke now. I'm going to go ahead and start turning, just because I know he's probably putting more torpedoes in the water on me. Yep, here they come. But now I'm going to have to flip my turrets around, but that's not a huge deal, really. Oh yeah, have fun. Oh, Belknap just won't die though. Oh, there comes another torpedo. Not too worried about that. I might be worried about a bunch more torpedoes though, which is what's happening right now. He just got hit by one of his own. I can handle getting hit by all these torpedoes. And honestly, I'm just, since this is the last battle of the campaign, I'm not too worried about the damage that I take. I just want to light up this fleet as much as possible. I'm going to turn right into this torpedo and let it hit me head on. Lovely. Oh, look at how many torpedoes are coming at me now, because we're right in the middle of all of this. Bring it! Bring it! Yes! Hit me again! Oh my gosh, look at how many torpedoes. Yes! Hit me with all the torpedoes. Give me all the torpedoes. Well, I'm right in the middle of you and just destroying your entire fleet. What do we got? Nothing left on my port side. Everything's starboard at the moment, or ahead of me. We got this heavy cruiser right here, Toledo. Oh, how appropriate that we're going to sink a ship named after a city in Ohio. Bye-bye, Toledo. Alright, what do we got left? We got a light cruiser in front of us, right? Oh, there's a destroyer behind us, too. Who dies first? The Frank Evans? The light cruiser's behind smoke, so he's not going to die quite yet. Unless I get lucky with a hit. Man, we got pummeled by how many torpedoes have hit me? 13 torpedoes have hit me. 13. And yet I'm still doing just fine. Barely any flooding up front. Some structural damage, yes. We have lost 348 crew. My goodness, that was a beautiful thing. I built just a couple of these things and I can wipe out the American fleet with little issue. There you have it. 61,000 victory points with one ship. Took out 8,000 crew. And with that, I think we're going to wrap this up. The Americans, after that one fight against my one battleship, are like, yeah, we're out. We're good. We don't want to fight any longer. So we're going to wrap it up right there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. It was a lot of fun. The game has actually upgraded. They've updated the game several times since we started this campaign, but you can't update during a campaign or it messes up your campaign. So I haven't been doing the updates. Of course, they have multiplayer now, but I'm ready to move on to a different game. So let me know what you think the next game should be. Should we do a bunch of one-off things? Maybe do like a one-off video playing Hearts of Iron, or maybe taking a look at some new games, because there are a lot of new games out there that I've got. Or do you want to see me do another series in something? Or do you want to see me kind of do both at the same time? I don't know. I'm open to your suggestions. Thanks for watching.